Hey, who we got watching? Trying to find you. If you can hear me okay, let me know. I'm just trying to find it. Hope we can get it up and get the comments rolling. Find it. Hope we can get it up and get... Okay, I think we got it. So who's watching today? How's everybody doing? All right, it's up. There might be a delay. Hey, Sue. How are you? Yay, Sue's on. I was hoping everybody could find me. Let's see if I can. It just takes a few minutes. Great, that's awesome. I'm just adding a few things here. We're going to be going over something new today. Something I made, something I want to share. I'm so glad you could join me. If y'all wouldn't mind hitting the share button, I'd so appreciate it, because that's something I can say on here. I'm allowed to say a lot more on here than I can on Facebook. All right, we're going to get started. There's your Warlock Gnome. All right. But what we're doing today, there's a lot of buzz in the community now about tier trays. I don't know if you've heard of them, but I actually went ahead and made my own. Now, I get a lot of these sometimes at my favorite little haunt that I go to. These were like 50 cents. So I ended up staining them. So that's going to be the base. Then this next one is going to be the first layer. Now these right here are called dowel screws. And I did post a picture online. It's a screw at both ends, okay? And when you have something screwing into another something, hey Dawn, how are you? You use those because you can't use regular screws, okay? So I spray painted this with a primer, a brown primer, and then I have like, this is just an aluminum cake pan. I have 2 coats of chalk paint on here. Now this is not something that you would put food in. Absolutely not. This is just for decoration, okay? So basically what I did, I had my husband cut off the top of this candlestick holder. So that's the next layer. So see, it's just screwing into, I'm just gonna pull back a little so you can see maybe better. There we go. If you can't see, I can zoom in some more. So basically, we've got holes drilled in here. So this is just going to screw right down on top of this. Okay. Going to require a little muscle here until I get it all the way down. But this is what I was working on all day yesterday, because I love country decor. I love farmhouse decor, and this just screams that. Okay, then I got a smaller pan and did the same thing to that. And then I had this finial that we put a hole in that. So there's another dowel screw in here. Okay, so we can screw this into here. And I had my husband do all the drilling ahead of time, find the centers and stuff, because I didn't want to be using power tools. All right, so there you go. Isn't that adorable? Now, what I'm going to show you with this is one of the hottest things out there right now. All right, these are called tier tray signs. These are actually small signs. Like this one is 2 by 3.5. There's a little cat with some bats. Okay. This one is 4 by 4.5. This says Halloween Wishes. And then here's another one with just the gnome on it. Now these are good for smaller wreaths, but they're also good for tier trays. Okay. Now what people are doing when they're decorating with these, I usually have a plate holder of some kind, or I carry small easels that go to on the back of your sign, and you can just use glue dots or E6000. All right, and they sit out here on the design. I just want to make sure you can see all this. Yes. Okay, and then these, the other ones, go in your design here amongst florals, wood beads, just a little bit of everything. So I'm just kind of giving you an idea of the setup. A lot of the signs that go on the tiers, they kind of lean up against things, all right? But I thought it'd be fun to show you how to decorate one of these. I've had a few customers requesting smaller signs to do just this, so I thought this would be fun. Now, one of the things that you can do with this, and let me show you. I went ahead and I painted a pizza pan. I don't like the way the finish came out. The pan kind of bowed. So I actually have the basket from the autumn leaf one we did the other week, but I'm just going to use this in place of it to kind of show you what you can do. All right, so we're just going to cover that ugliness. So there you go, there's that on there, and then again you can put this on here. All right, now one idea I had is several things you can do with this. All right, you could put this down below and put this in the middle. This is one of the reasons why I chose this base, because it's higher. Hi Nanny Dot, and it sits up above things. So would this be cool on your countertop? And look, we can add all kinds of cool little stuff in here. We can add this to the base. We've got some ghosts up here that we could even just twist around the handle. Well, that's not twisting very good. So what they're doing is they're using one item. Like, okay, if you had the wreath at your door in your house, then all these signs that I've made actually match the wreath sign. Because we got the cat from the wreath, we've got the gnome from the wreath. All right, so you've got all these. We've got little ghosts. You could put them in and around this. We've got some spiders that could be put around. So I'm just trying to show you a little idea of what people do with these. We've got a black cat from in the wreath. We've got a bat from in the wreath. So basically they're just setting things up and leaning them against one another. Now this I would probably take and put a little piece of pipe cleaner and hang it over the side. We've got our cats, our black cats, which can be put in here. So many ways you could do this, okay? So that was what I've been working on. I also thought it would be cute, like when you're doing farmhouse. Another idea would be to put this under here where the grapevine is and just cover it with florals. Like you could put boxwood there. Hello, how are you? I can't see your name. Okay. So, what you can do with these, and I thought I brought a pipe cleaner up, I didn't, so we'll use some tinsel tie. What I actually saw people doing was taking wooden beads and putting roping through here. This is just a visual for you, okay? And then they either colored the beads or left them plain and left them hanging over the side. So it's basically just putting a bunch of items in here. Now, I did bring up some greenery. I had a pumpkin here, so if we didn't want to go whimsical, we could add some greenery in here underneath it. We don't want to lose our signs, do we? So basically this is called a tier tray, and I'm just giving you different ideas for your tier tray. You could take it from whimsical and you could turn it into, you know, something more farmhouse. There we go. See, with the 2 tiers, that's what most of them were. They were 2-tiered, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to add like this 3rd layer down here, and then you could decorate around here. So basically I'm giving you a few ideas. There's some more greenery. I had some colored ones, yes. Here we go. Here's some orange ones. We could pop a few of those in there to go with the colors. So you can go whimsical, or you can go floral, or you could do whatever you wanted. And again, I'm just kind of putting stuff in there, showing you what can be done with it. Okay. Then you could have your sign here. Have this next to here. Could have some pumpkins down here. We've got a green one. Oh, here we go. There's a brown one too. That's a little too big for up top. So you could go with a smaller pumpkin up top, even smaller than that. Okay. So basically, it's just layering and putting all kinds of florals in there or whimsical items. So what do you think of that so far? And then hang your beads down over the side. They put this on coffee bars too, and then they put a bunch of coffee stuff in here. But I thought this would be cute, adding this underneath. Let me show you. And then just taking this and filling that full of florals. So you could make a centerpiece out of this, or you could, you know, make it for a countertop. Or, here's another idea I thought about. Okay, taking some of this tinsel tie, putting it around the bottom like this, tying it to itself, you can make kind of like a rail out of this. Where you take this and you put your little ties here, and then you grab some mesh, okay, and treat that like rail around the bottom, just like a wreath base. You're just going to attach this to here, just to give it that pop of color all the way around. Then you could add some of your little items in there with that too. Would that look cute? Put some spiders in here. So you can go whimsical, farmhouse, whatever you want. It's versatile, very versatile. All right, so who we got watching? Oh, it was Janice Isaacs that won the sign. In fact, she wanted, this was the one that she picked out of the last release. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. So if Janice gets a hold of me, or Jane Isaacs gets a hold of me, we can send her that sign. Yes. Now you can buy these tier trays, but the way I decorate very primitive farmhouse style. So this suited me fine. I had all these pieces at home. Like I said, the middle one was a candlestick. The bottom one, I think, was like a furniture foot or something like that. So I got that and put that in there. This was a finial that I had left. So for those of you just joining, this is what I made. This is called a tier tray. And we use dowel screws. They're a special kind of screw that has the thread on both ends. So one item just twists right into the other. My husband went and drilled holes down the middle. So there you go. All right, let's get to some fun stuff. The release of the new signs. So already you saw that these 3 signs, this is called a tier tray set. This tier tray set will match the sign, like the main sign. And you don't have to put this in a wreath either. You could put this on the side and then add all your other little signs around too. They have cups sitting in these. They have little angels. They have little gnomes. All kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if Jane's on or not. Probably not. We'll have to find her. But isn't that awesome? And we're going to do that with this set too of release. Okay, so I went ahead and I have a gingerbread series. I like to do series. I like different colors. I like different gingerbreads. So I went ahead and I made a 3 gingerbread series. And that one says peppermint kisses and candy cane wishes. Look at her face. Is she not adorable? I just love that face. Oh, this is giving pretty good light too, and that light overhead isn't shining on it. So that's the first in the series. Now you've got greens in here with browns and some kind of like skin tone colors. I'm learning how to put a little bit of variation on the letters and the outline and such. So that was a fun one to do. And then peppermints all around. So with this, you have an option. You know how I made the gnome face and the scarecrow face? Well, I will be making the gingerbread faces too to go in the wreath. And not only that, if you didn't want the gingerbread face like the gnome or the scarecrow, and you wanted to do just a gingerbread wreath, I came out with the faces. Because I noticed there are a lot of people just putting this in the middle of the wreath and then building the wreath around it. We have a snowman coming up. a Santa coming up, probably a Mrs. Claus. So this is the gingerbread series. Then we have this one. And when I post this on YouTube, I'll have another video of all the new signs. You get to vote again, so don't forget. Then we have this one that says Believe. Isn't she cute? I love that bow. She's holding a stocking, a tree, a little gingerbread is sticking out of the stocking. So you've got lights, and oh my gosh, they have those lights at the Dollar Tree. I mean, you can find any lights to decorate a wreath with. And the little gingerbread girl, and she has a candy cane in the stocking too. So with her, all right, we also have a face. This matches her face. So you've got, this is a 8-inch round, okay? And I think you can use these on the Unique and the Creek boards too. So we've got her face and we've got her sign. Because she's similar to some of the other ones, I wasn't going to make a little gingerbread girl, but you never know. Then the third in the series, this is Ginger Folk. And look at him. Well, actually her, it's got a bow on it. But we do have a him. So we have him in face, in sign, and I will be coming out with head too. So you've got 3 options there. Not all these are listed on the site. They will be. I have these tier tray signs listed along with the gnome head and the gnome Halloween sign. So they are available. Then I had this one, fresh baked gingerbread. It's probably easier if I take it out of the wrapper, isn't it, for you to see it. But there's that one. I love the little baker's hats, the wooden spoon, the aprons. So this is more green with some ginger color in it. You've got some holly leaves. You've got a rolling pin with another gingerbread. You got gingerbread cutout dolls here. And then gingerbread all on the background. Aw, thanks, Sue. It was fun. I really, really enjoyed doing the signs. I can really get creative. Here's another one, and I'm going to be making up a 3-tiered set to go with this because this screams farmhouse. Old-fashioned Christmas. You've got your buffalo plaid. You've got your berries. You have some bells in here. You have orange slice with some pine cones. I forget what those are called. So there are some ideas there. And then this is kind of like a wood background. So that's another sign that will come with the tier. Because wouldn't that look cute sitting out here? And then you have a bunch of berries and bells and some fake orange slices in there. That would be really cute. All right, so that's another one. Then we have this one, just a whimsical one. Happy Holidays. And there you've got your peppermint, you've got your lights, you've got a little Christmas tree. There's a black glitter frame within the border on this one. There's that one. Now, I always get asked about personalized signs, and I was hoping by showing these on here, my children wouldn't see these because they're all getting one of these in a wreath for Christmas. Okay. This one says, "Welcome to the Landgraves." Now, my son and my daughter-in-law just had a little boy, Nolan, but they also have two of my Yorkies. So look at that. I managed to get the Yorkies in there. Flynn, no, that's Stanley. Stanley and Flynn. So all of them are getting one of these. Like my stepdaughter, it's her husband, Noelle, and the twins. So this is just a sign. This, to me, when you put something like this in a wreath, you've put some special attention into it. You've made it personal. And this is a good sign, because you could give it to them for Christmas, but guess what? They can leave this up through the whole winter season, because there's nothing Christmassy on here. It's just all winter. So I have all kinds of owls that I can put on the branch that goes across there. The branch is snow covered. Yes, it's supposed to look like it's nighttime with some stars in the background. But check out those two little Yorkies. She is going to flip when she sees little Flynn and Stanley on there. And Stanley was, well, they're both from litters that I had, but Stanley is a chocolate Yorkie, and he was named after the Stanley Cup for the Flyers. So that's her little boy. I mean, before they had Nolan, her dogs were everything. Then this one, which, let me see if I can find it real quick. There is actually, I don't have it in here. There's actually a ribbon, and I can't wait to do this one. There's actually a ribbon that has all these sayings on it. I can't wait to make a black and white wreath. Isn't that pretty? And again, I can personalize it and put a name in here. And there's no extra when you put the name in there. It's just run with the sign. But it has Merry Christmas, Merry Happy Christmas, Happy Holidays, Merry and Bright, Let It Snow, and little stars and little Christmas trees. So again, this is one I can't wait to do. And we have the matching ribbon. Yes, right here. So that will be for sale with the matching ribbon. Isn't that cute? I can't wait to do this one. And then, and if you didn't want the name on it, you wanted something else, or you just wanted the wording, we can do that too. So you have two choices. Then, okay. Remember the apple basket we did a couple of weeks ago, where I used this sign and I showed you how to decorate a basket with it had a basket. We did a basket of apples with it and a crow. Okay, well, I took this sign one step further, and this has one of our easels on the back. All right, so that would sit there. Then I made up some little tier tray signs. There's a little crow. There's a little rake. And then here's one. This is called a salt box house. This is primitive. So that all goes with it. So you can get the sign, or you can get the sign with the set of 3. Let's just go ahead and try this. Let's just go ahead and decorate this. Where that thread came from, I'll never know. I got everything sticking to me. I have so much static going on. All right, so this is really simple. You just throw some leaves in there. And remember, I added the little flaming candle, which should be working, and it's not. That's the kind of stuff they add in here. Then you have all these apples that you can add in. You could even set this to the side. So wouldn't that be cute? I'm sorry, it's starting to look a little messy up here. This has candy corn on it. You could make a crow. You could put a crow on top of the finial. So many ideas. You could add some candy corn up here, or just, well, we have a couple of these like caramel colored apples. And then if you wanted to, you could put the grapevine wreath on the bottom, and you could stick stuff around the grapevine wreath. You could do a bow. So many different things. Little apples. What do you think? What do you think of these signs, first of all? What are your thoughts? Or do you have any ideas for a sign that you've been looking for and you can't find? I'm just going to move these back a little. You could even in back of here put some styrofoam that isn't visible, or cover it up, and you could stick this down in the styrofoam. Any thoughts? Any questions? In the list, in the description, there's links to my Etsy store, my Facebook page. If you subscribe here, which I think you can hit the subscribe button, but somewhere there should be a bell, and if you hit the bell, it will notify you when I go live. So basically, a tiered tray is just something to make an arrangement and do a whole theme all in one. Thank you, Sue. Sue's one of my best customers. She's awesome. She calls me when she gets stuck. I can't wait to put this on my table. I'm afraid, because I'm afraid if I put it on my table, my daughter-in-law is going to want it. But I'm hoping by showing this here, none of them will see it. They don't follow me on YouTube. They do follow me sometimes on Facebook, so, but these I'm excited about. Now, if you were using that, okay, come up with some ideas. Tell me what color mesh you would use on that if you were doing that. Wouldn't it be cute with little hats and little earmuffs? In fact, I think last year, I think Walmart had some of these hats, little knit hats that were ornaments. Wouldn't they be cute scattered around? And what's nice about these signs, okay, as they add to their family, they can bring it back to me and I can just put the new little critter on there. So you can go over it at any time. So that's why I pushed this little guy over here as far as I could to make room for more. I don't think they're going to appreciate it because they just had one, but I thought that'd be neat. This is something that they wouldn't have, that, you know, like I said, I took the time to consider their family and then added the little dogs down there. But I just love the little earmuffs and the little hats on these. So cute. So anybody have any ideas for a wreath or a sign that they've been looking for? These run $11.95 or $12.95. These do. Because there's a little more ink involved in personalizing that one. But most of them run $8.95. Between $8.95 and $12.95. No questions? No comments? This was kind of, I took so much time on this yesterday that this was just kind of like, well, I'll show them a little bit of what they can do, but let their imagination run. And like I said, you can decorate down the bottom here too. Red and white mesh. That would look awesome, wouldn't it? That would. Ooh, I like that idea. So, and I have some too. So I am going to be doing one of these. Maybe I should make some hats and earmuffs to match. Because to make the earmuffs, that'd be cute. Just the little pom-poms on the edge of on the end of a pipe cleaner, or my tinsel tie. That would be great. All right. Well, I thank you for joining me, and look for the next video on this when I release it on here. Vote again for your favorite, and your name will be entered into the drawing to win. And if anybody knows Jane Isaacs, please let her know. It's nice to have, but it's exhausting because sometimes the wheels are turning when you should be sleeping. So that's no fun. Yes, right? I have a really unique one that actually it turns and it has two levels. Like it closes up, but then when you open it up, the two levels flatten out. And I have had so many comments on that. And it's an old one, really old. You are so welcome. And thank you for stopping by. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. It's appreciated. All right, you have a great day, and see you soon.